Hey, on today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. And today, we're going to talk about a really challenging topic. And this is probably going to trigger some people, which is a good thing. And you may not, at the end of this daily sprint, you may not agree, and you may choose to not take some of the counsel here. But one thing that I hear a lot, particularly in the fitness realm, I hear this a lot, and it's exercise or working out is my therapy. And that's good. That gets normally some likes and comments. Yeah, me too, man. I take it out on the weights and whatnot. Well, let me just tell you a fact that exercise is not therapy. Exercise has therapeutic properties. Therapy is therapy. The weights aren't going to dive into your childhood issues. The weights and the cardio aren't going to dive into why you have low self-esteem and trust issues. The weights and the bands and the machines aren't going to ask you the questions that dive deep into your soul to find out why your self-confidence isn't where you would like it to be. They're not going to go into those deep, dark places. Neither will reading books. I had a buddy. He's like, yeah, I don't need therapy, man. I read a lot of books. Those are my mentors. I don't have any mentors. The books, like John Maxwell is my mentor. Oh, really? When was the last time John Maxwell sat down with you and asked you the challenging questions and got you to dive into those challenging situations, typically from your childhood, that you needed to get into so that you were able to have more than just a therapeutic benefit? So drugs are not therapy. Drugs have therapeutic properties sometimes if prescribed appropriately and taken appropriately, and they can help us, if needed, kind of work out some chemical imbalances and whatnot. But psychologically speaking, anything that we ingest or do is going to have therapeutic properties, but not be a substitute for therapy itself. Now, here's the cool thing is when I was in therapy, my therapist was like, dude, when you get angry, I struggled with a little bit of anger. When you get angry, yeah, take it out on the weights. That's very therapeutic in the moment. But again, it was the therapist itself that got into, okay, why are we angry? Why are we talking to your wife so inappropriately? Why is your self-esteem so low that you have to bring her down to bring you up? None of the weights would not do that. Now, in the moment of anger, yeah, the weights were a good outlet. Hey, better to beat up on the weights than another human being, right? Okay, much better. Keep you out of jail. That's a good thing. Okay, but there's there's no therapy going on in that gym session unless you're maybe working out with your therapist. Okay, which is a form of therapy. So I've read. So just making sure that you're really not just addressing the symptoms. That's a big issue with today's medicine. You talk about like nutrition. A lot of doctors are addressing the symptoms, but they're not addressing the root cause. A good therapist, a good mentor is going to get to those root causes and help you cure the anger issue, cure the self-esteem issue, cure the lack of trust issues, okay? And yes, you may, for the rest of your life, use therapeutic things when those things resurface, but we have to get to the cause in order to find a permanent solution. And some of these things that are therapeutic are not the solution to our depression, to our self-hatred, to our anger and things of that nature. So definitely I'm a big fan of counseling, mentoring, therapy from professionals. They go to school for some of them up to 10 years and longer to help you through those things. Okay. So hopefully this was well received. Hopefully you know my heart. If you don't know my heart is just here and it wants to help you find the best way possible to living the most abundant life that you can. Thanks for tuning in.